Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, hit any button you like. But make sure you hit the subscribe button. The reason why you should subscribe is that you can take part in our live shows. The reason why you subscribe is because you can get sometimes before the mainstream media gets the interviews and before they get to hear the stories, we get to break those stories. And hey, another reason why to tune in is because you get to speak to your own figures that you see on the television. We bring them closer to you so you can do question and answers and ask your public figures, boxers, fighters, sports stars, your thoughts you can share. And of course, you can always, once you hit the subscribe button, you'll know when we do these post-fight live shows. You never know. You'll never have to miss them again. Right. Unplug. All right. So for those of you who from 7 p.m. till 11 something in the evening stuck with me, thank you. That was a bit of an ordeal from 7 to 11 p.m. Would you believe after the prize fight, there was another fight after that? Was a big ticket seller. Obviously, Price wasn't as big a ticket seller as the one fight novice, but Price obviously wasn't as big a ticket seller. That's why he wasn't the main event. Or if he wasn't the main event, why was that fight after? Anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that card. I'm not going to talk about it. Apart from, I will congratulate on an excellent knockout win against the Scarecrow. That's what we nicknamed him. He was like 7 foot tall, and Sweeney went in and did his business. A special shout out to Bunky. I think it was his second bout. Very impressed with him. Good hand speed. His movement looked very much like he'd been studying Roy Jones. And the finish with a double uppercut was beautiful to see. Speed, footwork, hand speed. Had a bit of spitefulness about him as well. I like him. I want to see more of David Bunky. I think he was a star in the making. If you looked at all the other fighters that was out there, Gary Sweeney's knockout. Bunky, I mean, from what I saw, I didn't see much of Gary Sweeney. Bunky, he looked very, very special indeed. If you haven't seen that, if you're going to tune into anything on the MTK card, go and look at Ed Bunky and watch it. Gary Sweeney's knockout. Gary Sweeney showed how you take out a guy much taller than yourself. Whack to the body, stopped his like. Ed Bunky showed class, fought in spurts. And it seemed to be when he was engaged more, the best came out of him. So I was impressed with that. But really, the main event was about David Price versus Kamil Sokolowski. I'm sure you all expect me to charge into David Price and steam into him and tell you now crap. And listen, David Price fought Sokolowski off a very bad defeat to Christian Hammer. He's also been laid out flat by, also been knocked out twice by Tony Thompson. About the fights that you do know about that have been visual to you on television and not the fights behind closed doors and various sparring sessions where he's probably been hurt and rocked and knocked down or knocked out in sparring. We don't even talk about those things. It's been a long career for David Price, and I don't know why people suddenly think somebody guy's psyche would be any different to what it was tonight. He did fight like a guy who was gun shy. When you fight gun shy, you don't sit down your punches with the same sort of effect earlier in your career when you were blasting people out there. You now realize that you can be hit, you can be hurt, you're no longer invincible, you can be knocked out. And there's enough videos replayed across the world to show the different ways you've been knocked out. And you've got enough people telling you you've been knocked out. So his relationship with Dave Colwell, I said, would fail from the start. It failed. This relationship with Dave Matthews doesn't bode any better. Ski tonight came. Listen, Sokolowski isn't a bum. Many fights. His record is very. And Sokolowski tonight came with the wanting to win attitude. Sokolowski wasn't there to make up the numbers. He generally came to fight. If David Price fought an overweight Latvian, you would have turned around and said, Price fought a bum who had no ambition. What does that prove? Price now comes back and fights a guy who's beaten Sean Turner, who knocked out AJ Carter. Right? Sean Turner was unbeaten Irish. I think it was unbeaten Ireland's top heavyweight at the time, and he beat him. Sean Turner knocked out AJ Carter, right? And then he took Dominic Akinlade to draw and fight a life and death battle with Dominic Akinlade. Him, and Dillian White stopped him. So he's mixed in good company, Sokolowski. He's no bum. And he came to fight. So take into consideration, Price did not come back against a Latvian or a Mexican road sweeper. He came back against a guy, some ambition about him. So let's get that straight. Some opposition. So it was the kind of opponent. Just know whether Price had anything left at that level whatsoever. Sokolowski. If you put Sokolowski in the bum category, fair enough. It's pointless having a conversation really, because hey, look at his record, look at the losses he's had. Well, records are for DJs. Sokolowski, as I've said before, is a seasoned pro, and he came with the. So, in terms of the fight itself, see from David Price, I wanted to see him using the jab, a nice hard ramrod jab. Instead, I saw Price like he was a fighter boxing in the 1950s. He kept doing this, kept doing this, kept doing this all night long. I didn't know what he was doing with his hands. I didn't know what the point of it was. The only other person I've seen box like that, sort of like that, is David Haye. Sometimes he'll do that, David Haye, and big shots. He kind of does it to put you off, because if you look into your hands all the time, he does that. He does that, but he does it quickly and like that. Groves does it as well. They do it just to put you off. They do that sort of stuff. You're looking at the hands. But Wade Price was doing, he had his hands out here doing it, like he was sort of mini windmilling, windmilling. If not windmilling, it's like he was like rowing a canoe. He looked like he was rowing a canoe at times. And the guy tires as it is. That's David Price, and I decided to row a canoe. What the hell are you doing, David? What the hell are you doing? You've been knocked out occasions. Get your hands up, son. So that was the first thing. Technically, he has his chin up in the air, stiff as ever, right? See, somehow somebody told him, if you wind your hands like this, you're going to get loose. What? That was the first thing. Secondly, when you're doing that jab, innate of you, and you can't, still up to now, for the amateurs to the pros, you still don't know how to throw a left jab. Right hand. I said I expected David Price to knock Sokolowski out. He's getting boxed like a guy with any sort of mean intentions. Price was just pushing a jab out there and occasionally shooting a right hand in. And when it did get a bit tasty, the referee was more than happy to jump in and break the action up between him and Sokolowski. And in that last round, that sixth round, there was moments in the last, say, 30 seconds to a minute of that last round, looked disorganized and looked like the David Price and Hammer stopped, or the David Price that Tony Thompson stopped. We looked tired, running out of gas, running out of ideas. Price didn't throw as many punches as I'd liked him to throw, but give Sokolowski his credit. Price and pushing Price and pushing Price. Sokolowski makes a perfect sparring partner for David Price. He's going to push Price over and over again. David Matthews, I don't know what you're doing with David Price. I don't know where you're going with David Price. I don't know where this story is going to end. Well, and it don't take a rocket scientist to show you absolutely terrible. He just did. I'm sorry. Price has got the ability to be a world champion, but I did say under the right conditions, and those are not the conditions for weight to me. He looked flabby, still Price, and he still had that sort of, I don't know, he didn't seem like a guy who really wanted it. And then he made a statement after the interview. You know, I'm not in the same league as Tyson and Fury. Or, you know, I'm looking at possibly getting a British title fight. It's like a guy who's never fought for a world title is still talking so dismissive of himself. I don't like it. And to think Frank Bruno lost, what, 3 times, 4 times before he even became world heavyweight champion by beating Oliver McCall. Oliver McCall's man that sensationally knocked out Lennox Lewis. In this heavyweight division, time and time again, it's shown us you manage right and you're in the right space at the right time. You know, you can get an opportunity. You could turn the light. Price has still got the power to turn the lights out on people. People say, well, tonight his punch power looked overrated. It didn't look overrated. Well, Sokolowski doesn't get stopped. And you could say that Price was gun shy. It was not the same David Price, the same sort of authoritative figure. It was gun shy and a guy that wasn't so sure of himself. So it was a fact-finding competition, fact-finding box night for him tonight. There were some good things I did like about Price. He kept his left hand up when left was coming. Kept the left hand. I like that. I did like that sequence when Sokolowski was throwing shots. He actually tried to roll the shots and tuck up. Those are some good things I saw about Price. But while he was doing all that, he was still standing in the same spot, which isn't good. But I liked what he was actually rolling with shots or attempting to roll with shots. That was good. I like that. I liked at times where he tried to control distance and use the jab to keep Sokolowski at bit distance. But when he wasn't even jabbing, he put the arm out there to keep Sokolowski from coming in. That was good. But at one point, Sokolowski walked past the jab and got inside. There's work for David to do. I have no faith whatsoever in Dave Matthews to get that job done with David Price. Dave Matthews is going to get David Price seriously hurt because he doesn't know what he's doing with heavyweight. Sorry, he just doesn't. David Price up top looked very fragile. I'm talking about, you know, his dynamics to me was tucked up tight and he looked like he was trying to loosen up even more. Somebody probably whispered him and said, look, David, you're a bit stiff up top, right? You're a bit robotic. Let's loosen you up a bit. Okay, David went, yeah, I'll listen to you, mate. Let's start doing that, make you feel loose. You know, just for doing that, it keeps your hands fluid, free. Not telling David you're building up more lactic acid, you're wasting more energy. You know, those are the things. A lot of the reasons why you are burning energy is your mental state, David. I said it before. You need to see a sports psychologist. You know, burn up all that nervous energy. Oh well, if the Sokolowski fight's anything to go by, it's not going to bode well. And it's not that David Price should retire. It's his mindset should retire. Trainers, business being in the ring with him and taking fights he should never had no business taking. David Price needs to get away from the limelight, meaning the TV cameras, and box, 3-4 fights quietly. Fight a month, or fight every month and a half, quietly. Go about his business. And I don't want to see David Price on TV again until he gets his shit together, because at the moment it's dreadful. It's very bad to look at. So those are my thoughts. I don't even want to hear Price Fury. I don't want to hear conversation of it. You know how bad the guy looks. Let Fury go and do his thing. I don't want to see Price and Fury fight. So those are my thoughts on the whole thing. Fair play to Sokolowski, took the power of Price. But again, I don't think Price really put full power in his punches because he's very much gun shy. But there we go. Let's see what people are saying in the room. We've got a packed room. Price is one. Mikey says Price is one fight away from getting devastated. It's a dangerous now. He looked tight, timid, and at work tonight. Still a pathetic jab. Showed no progression, but regression. Time to retire. He says, yeah, he has been waiting on this. Mikey, he ain't Price ain't winning a British title, never mind a world title. And Curb. Graham Emerson said the previous knockouts are always fresh in Price's mind. He's shot. Shame for David, says Mikey. Knockouts cause amnesia. Graham Emerson says Darko looked good. He did indeed. Sunderland versus Price. KO for Sunderland. Thompson broke his wife's hip after the Price fight. Mikey says Price is timid. Such a shame. It was awful in the corner. Bad Bart says, besides the point, but Dave Colwell is the absolute worst. With British trainers in general, to be honest. What happened? Missed it. Oh, well, I'm not going into it. Price to bowl Sokolowski over. I said it ain't happening. Problem for Price is he's levels above Turner and Carter and looked dreadful tonight. He did. Rowing a canoe. He did look like he was rowing a canoe in slow motion. If Price loses again, I wonder if the British Boxing Board of Control will take his license, revoke his license. Oh, maybe, maybe not. Price was very embarrassing tonight. Outworked, pushed back, hurt, turned his back, and overall looked a complete mess. Marky BS says Derry Matthews has no import at all. Lakvinder Singh says, how's it going, Ingram? Looking forward to your post-fight thoughts on Price. Not going to last as long as the fight, that's for sure. It will end on Price will end on his back. Jim Saunders in great shape. Being in great shape does not make you a better boxer. Well, better boxer. Price is shape, no matter how fit he is, he's still got to work on the technical defensive issues. So I think maybe going to Virgil Hunter, he's a defensive coach, isn't he? Price says he's not on Fury's level, but is talking about fighting him a week ago. Mentally weak is Price. Oh, Tyson said it when he was unbeaten. You have to say Price's power is overrated. Though, as you said, he'd blow Sokolowski out. Can't say that wouldn't happen then, say Sokolowski is tough and say they've been stopped one way or the other. No, what I'm saying to you is I didn't like a guy who he fought like a guy that was gun shy, not like the guy that fought Matt Skelton or the guy that fought Augie Harrison. Fought like a very. It's the first time I've seen Price fight. I was expecting the Price at least to come out with some sort of authority. He didn't. He fought like a rabbit in headlights. So, of course, when you the science is very different. If you're throwing punches and you're falling right through the punches, you're going right through, and you're going like Price is just stopping there. He's stopping all the time. So you're not fully connecting with shots. If you fully commit, you're going to leave yourself open to get counters, and that's what Price didn't want to make any mistakes. So I don't think Price hit Sokolowski with his best shots consistently enough. See someone like Stuart Howe who'd help him out a lot. Coping down, I don't agree if he should retire. Why can't he transition to a journeyman like 95% of pro boxers? I wouldn't want to see that for David Price. Jane Tocky says Price should go goalkeeper for Liverpool. The size of him, he'd stop the ball going into the net better than Mings. Price doesn't want to be a journeyman. That's the problem. I think Price should tell his grandkids that one day he won an Olympic medal and leave it at that. Oh, shit. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's not good. The price ain't right with a lot of people tonight. Says he wants a 10 rounder next. But at the end of that 6th round, he was blown out his ass and looked very disorganized. And I don't know what Derry Matthews is bringing to the table. I mean, what is Derry Matthews doing? Proper trainer, mate. Not a renter trainer. Get yourself a proper trainer. Poor Pricey. That's all I can say. Yeah, Jim Simmons says, poor Pricey. Very poor. I mean, I like David Price, but it's just unacceptable. The whole of that setup is unacceptable. And Tyson Fury has signed with MTK. I think it's more like MLK. The whole thing was quite depressing tonight, to be honest. Put him with Chisora. Oh my dear me. I mean, that's a good fight for David Price, actually. Chisora versus him. Chisora hits a little harder than Sokolowski, so I don't know. Nobody ever tells these journeyman boxers to retire. So why tell Price to retire? Maybe because he's getting laid out the way he's getting laid out. That's probably why people are wanting to see Price retire. Fighters can easily slip Price's jab because it's not effective. They know it's not a scoring jab, so they don't fear it. Totally different coping. Price is gun shy, doesn't want to be a journeyman. Journeymen turn up to lose and have very defensive movements and look after themselves. Yeah, Chisora's too high volume for Price. I agree there. He is. Well, I'd stick him in with Sexton. Price will get knocked out in a 10 rounder, and they'll step up the opposition after this. It's suicidal. Frank Warren, Chantel is sexy. That's nice to know. Price will fight Fury if the price is right. We had Pagan. I'd like to see a bit more devil in him. We had Bacon. That was a disastrous card. I'm sorry. I can't believe I sat through 7, 8, 9, 4 hours almost. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's almost 4 hours. I didn't want to be, and there was still one more fight after it. Price needs 2 or 3 more easy fights to build his confidence. Yeah, he needs that psychologist. I'll have some of what you're smoking. Well, for you to assume that I smoke anything, mate, I don't know. It's probably you're probably doing the smoking here, mate. Price should make a move into WWF and replace the Undertaker. Easy mortal fights. He's arguably lost tonight. Man about to pass out. I know the feeling. Foamy says, why is Price so relevant? He's relevant because he just fought tonight. And obviously, you're not so relevant because you didn't know Price fought tonight. Or this is a post-fight reaction show. Did you read the description? You probably didn't. So, gonna watch UFC later. Need a little break from boxing after that card. I understand exactly how you're feeling, Graham M. Big picture. Don't know, mate. I did know he fought. Yes. Well, you're asking me why is Price so relevant? Because he just had a fight, and it's a post-fight show. You know, I don't know if you understand about a post-fight show. Post-fight's what they do after the guy fights a fight. Yeah. Sorry. Price has 2 or 3 easy fights. That's his problem. Fake confidence. Yeah, I'd like to see him fight at the Sokolowski level. That's going to come and bring pressure and throw punches at him. That's what he needs. And he needs to be sparring for guys like that. He just can't do 12 rounds. You might have a very good point there. Mikey says, Mac the cars make pink tires and cars look pay-per-view worthy. Price versus Wilder next. I'd actually like to see that fight. I would actually like to see that fight. Just to see if Price can actually land one clean on his chin. I'd like to see that. The hype with him ended ages ago. Well, okay. He really isn't worth the watch. That's nice to know. Thank you for letting us know, Foamy. So he's not relevant. Why even? If you didn't watch the fight, and he's not relevant, why are you tuning into a post-fight show to talk about something you didn't watch? That doesn't make you very relevant, does it? Team Groves says, Paul Pricey feels sorry for him. He's a shadow of what he used to be and mentally shocked. Got to agree with you there, James Doherty. The fight was so bad, they are showing all the low lights, not the highlights. That's quite sad, but probably true. Price's problem wasn't the first KO, it was the rematch. He went in rushed, it was slow, painful, zapping defeat. I'm mentally afraid since then. It's sad. I agree. Are you just talking Price? Did you read the description, or do you want me to read it for you? The description says, Kamil Sokolowski post-fight reaction live. I don't get you. Paulie Upton's now 15-0. What's next for Upton? I don't even want to talk about it. Price was holding every time when exchanging punches. Yes, I did notice that. Do live commentary for either Cotto or UFC. You make it worthwhile staying up. Flip's sake. Tonight. You don't make me stay up to watch Ali. You might get knocked out early. I just be more successful. Price or Audley Harrison? Price, probably. Audley, he was part of a pay-per-view event. Harrison also says Wilder versus Price next. I did not say that. Wilder versus Price next. House Foamy. LOL. Price is pay-per-view, and Joshua is keeping those belts warm for Price. Ingram, you should block Foamy. He's not relevant. LOL. No, let's leave Foamy in the room. I'm sure. I don't want to see Price get iced again badly, and I can see it happening if he keeps fighting. What happened to Price is like he's lost his power. About when you're gun shy, you don't actually follow through with the full shot. You hold back on the shot. So I wonder if he could pull the trigger. Foamy says thank you. Will come from sometimes. It does concern me. And never come with their real name either. That's the other concerning thing. But there we go. I'm not sure there's much more I can talk to you about Price. I make go. Good point. I'm not sure if I can actually be honest with you guys. My first fight, Ali versus Holmes. I'm sorry you had that experience. David, he pulls his punches, scared to commit. Good point. I've seen a few. Price is going to get hurt badly if this continues. Price a real threat to the division. LOL. I've noticed as well. His legs don't look right. It's like he's got no strength in them. With him, Price never been since Frank Maloney became Kelly. Yeah, it's sad to know Price is heading for another crash. Yes, it was sad to watch. You know, it's frustrating for me because I think Price, under the right leadership and the right guidance, he could still be forced in the heavyweight division. Sadly, Price's decisions are going to cost him his career. Picking poor trainers, he had one of the best trainers in the world in Tommy Brooks. He has left Tommy Brooks to go with Dave Caldwell and then to move to. How can you leave Tommy Brooks for Derry Matthews? The signs were there when Skelton was able to push Price back before getting knocked out. Yet, the Price fight, from the Audley fight, I said the Price was susceptible to southpaws, and I thought Audley stood a chance in beating him. But Audley lost that fight, and everyone laughed at me. But it was southpaw that actually dropped him in the first. Does Price even jog? God knows. Price, not going to happen. He's too stiff, no upper body movement, makes him too easy to hit. Yeah, and it's that statement right there, Foamy. That is why Price was rowing the boat tonight. He was rowing the boat and canoeing tonight. The ship has sailed for Price, I think. Mentally, I don't think he can be rebuilt now. Too stiff for a run. Shit. Man. Guys are going in on Price. Problem with Price. Yeah, I do. I think he's mentally scarred. Shoulders. Price needs to see a sports psychologist, and he needs to spend the next year. You know what Price needs to do? Foreman did. Literally, where Foreman fought a fight a month. And for the next year, he needs to just fight every month. Fight. It's because he's 10 minutes away from his house now. That's dedication for you. Thank you very much, Lakvinder Singh. That's put it bang on. And that is what I've been telling Price fans from day one, right? When I talked about Dave Price, if you want to be heavyweight champion of the world, I said it back after the Tolly Thompson defeat. If you want to be heavyweight champion of the world, get your ass off of Liverpool and head yourself out. But Price doesn't want it. All I want for David Price. But tonight, I'm going to make a statement. David Price doesn't want it anymore. With what he can out of the limited success he can have in boxing now. Sorry. Stay in Liverpool and then take shortcuts. And even more shortcuts and bring his good mate Dave Matthews in. He's finished. He's done. I'm sorry. I am. Because your dedication to the sport, and you come into the ring, it's the second time I've seen you come into the ring looking flabby. I saw you come into the ring looking flabby against Christian Hammer. I'm seeing you looking flabby again. Not interested. He wants a payday. Too many fights run the risk of getting sparked. Price needs to relocate himself like Nurse does, leave your comfort zone and make sacrifices. Price versus walk this earth like a god. Okay, that'd be interesting. Price will win the heavyweight crown, a unified division within 20 defenses. Good money for Price, and you would beat him up in a non-hurtful way. Try something to get him on board with them. Really? That'd be interesting. Yeah, agreed. Needs activity. If he did something still, but I can't see it. I can't either. If Price was deadly serious about achieving those things, he'd have made changes. He's not daft. He knows Matthews is cheap for training. He's 10 minutes away from his own. I agree. That's nice for you. So Price will look for fights out of his league and take money. Fighting guys he did tonight is a risk for him. Parker, well, if I'd like to see is David Price versus Manuel Shah. I'd like to see that fight. I'd like to see Price go for the WBA title against Manuel Shah. There must be something if Dave Cole was even training him though. They must see something inspiring they feel can go places. I think they might just be jumped on Price's name. It's Parker fight and takes a while the distance. Shah. Pivy beats Parker. Price Parker. Okay, right. Well, I don't know about all of that, but if I can, why though Ingram? Sokolowski is good, but at his own level, Shah would wallop Price after this showing. Why he left Tony Brooks? Well, let's say Price had his own idea. I'm going to go back and listen to that Tony Brooks interview again, and I might post it out there as to what Tony Brooks thought of David Price. I'll post it. You can see it. Pricing with a banger. Yeah, well, exciting for as long as it lasts, but if you're going to take a world heavyweight title fight out of all the champions, Price exciting, though every shot someone hits you think he's going down. I know. He should fight. How was the fight? Price left because, like most fighters, they blame the camp for the loss. Price, but he says he wants a 10-rounder. Well, I wouldn't suggest him going to do any damn 10-rounder. He barely got out of 6 rounds there. Price versus Allen. Boy, Dubois versus Sokolowski next after the dark fight would be good. I've been saying he needs to fight. Sokolowski needs to fight Dubois. That's a great fight, I think. Shift on Monday. That's nice to know. Next for Price is to get the UK crown. Yep. Has Price even made £1 million in his career? Good question, Shabe. I've got no idea. All right. I'm getting the hell out of here because that MTK Global show tonight has absolutely exhausted me. This is the reason why I don't watch much boxing anymore on a Friday, Saturday night. What I do, I leave it to tape, and then on Sunday morning I get up and watch the boxing. If it's dreadful, that's it. There's not many more fights in the world of boxing today that keep me up. Price looked leagues behind British level, never mind European. There's nothing aggressive about Price, no clout, nothing at all. Because was Price even a plumber? I think he was I think he's actually an electrician. He's a sparky. Ingram is staying up for the real fights. I ain't staying up for no real fights. I'm going to sleep. I expect Cotto to destroy Ali. If he's got a dodgy chin, expecting. I can't stay up, man. That NTK show, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Price is worth 217 million. LOL. Yeah, he is. You deserve a medal in covering for that length of time. Cotto overrated. I may do the same. Not sure if it's worth it. I can't see Ali. I expect Cotto to knock Ali out, to be honest. And I also think that I'm not of the belief that Cotto's going to retire. I think it's just a promotional thing so that Cotto can make more money. So people pay more attention to Cotto. So he says he's going to retire. Then he may have one more fight. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I trust, believe me that Cotto says he's going to retire. I think if there's some nice money floating around, he might take it. He was desperate for the AJ fight. That was the major cash out. He's only still fighting because he wants to go from a higher level fight. Cotto won't retire. I don't think he will retire either. So, right, I don't think there's much more. He'll keep going and going. Right, but if Ali beats him tonight, he will then retire. Right, I think I've got much more to say. He's got a plumbing contract in Liverpool City Council. That's why he trains close to home. I'm done. Brook declined Cotter because he was too heavy. Oh dear. Could have done Vlad Klitschko, but I can't see it anymore. No, I can't see it either. Definitely out here. And well done for keeping up, dudes. Ciao. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm getting out of here now. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos. Always check out the end where you'll see the little box in the corner. That's for the subscribe. Check out. I'm going to put in BWTM sports on, and not for banning my ass. Well, I didn't ban you. You're right, mate. You're okay. Price is still in Liverpool, so he can walk to his plumbing services after breaking Gary's hand. I'm out of it. Enough is enough. What time is Price fighting? That was a joke. Oh dear. Right. I am out of here. Thank you all for watching. This has been BWTM Sports. I'm going to need rehab after this MTK show. Take care. Thanks for watching. Good night.